Another team I'd really like to kind of talk about is Dartmouth, especially on the boys' side this year. This senior class is going for their fourth straight OCL title. Some of the guys to kind of watch out for: Michael Gaffney, Aaron Corin, Tyler Hilchey, Chris Cole, Justin Pelletier. All those guys are going to have a hand, in probably another OCL title. I mean, I know Bridgewater Raynham is a team that should be pretty strong, and sometimes Attleboro is usually pretty tough. But Dartmouth, I mean, they seem like they're pretty strong throughout. So they should probably, compete for the OCL title. The girls are a little down or a little inexperienced this year, but they have Devin Pryor. Callie Warner, I think this is her first spring she came out for spring track, and as anybody that follows track, she's a standout in the winter. Mm-hmm. So I think last year they finished middle of the pack. This year maybe they can finish a little bit higher. Staying, both boys and girls, they have a shot to compete for the title. It's tough though every year because they have Bishop Feehan. Which, as anybody knows, Bishop Feehan seems like they're the cream of the crop.
In their side.
Yeah.
Every sport.
But I mean, like on the boys' side, that they have pretty good group. Connor Downey, Nick Garant, Greg Wilson, Devin Clements, Ian Costanzo. They have some really standout athletes there, and it's not all just in one aspect of track too. It's not like they just have sprinters or they just have distance runners. And then on the girls' side, they have Sarah Murphy, who their coach Jeff Tracy said was his best all-around athlete. And then they also have a very strong runner in Kate Darmody. He said that she's probably their best all-around runner. And they have some other kids. Deanna Karen, she's strong. Corrine Ainsworth, she's pretty good. And then Chelsea Marshall is pretty solid. So those will probably be the kids that'll be scoring a lot of points for the Stang girls. As far as the South Coast Conference, at least on the boys' side, Voc Tech last year finished second to Dighton Rehoboth. They should be competing for the title again this year. They have a lot of distance runners that are back. They have a lot of sprinters that are back. Their big question mark really is their field events. Mark Thornhill said if they can get some of their younger kids to step up in the field events, they should be pretty solid. But that's kind of the question. If you lose some points in the field events, as whatever you do on the track, you still need those points. And then on the girls' side, it really looks like, Old Rochester should be pretty solid. Apponequet boys and girls, their numbers are down a little bit. Wareham, they also struggle with numbers too, but on the girls' side, they have some standout athletes who could have individual success. I mean, it's kind of tough, if you only have, I think they have 17 or 18 kids, on the girls' side, but, maybe 4 of them might go to the divisional meet, and when you're competing against Dighton Rehoboth, who has maybe 120 girls, it's tough when you get to those meets. The same thing with Apponequet. But it looks like it should be a overall pretty good season. I mean, we'll probably have, at least, 3 or 4 conference champions, between the leagues, or league champions. And then who knows? I mean, we could have, an all-state team title being won, or some all-state titles, or New England titles, and
Olympic or world record, maybe.
I don't know about that.
American record.
But there's definitely a lot of talented kids out there on the track this spring, and it'll be fun to get out. And if the rain ever stops, it'll be fun to get out there.